Hello again, Gamepad Dad here with another Assassin's Creed video. This one is going to be a review of the game. I will not go into details about all the system mechanics and features, since there is an abundance of good reviews that cover all of those aspects. Instead, this will mainly focus on answering two questions for you. Is this game worth your time and money, and are you going to enjoy and relax while playing it? It takes around 30 hours to finish the main story and around 90 to finish all of the side objectives, so in theory, with that much playtime, the game should be worth the asking price. However, the quality of that playtime is, to say the least, non-linear. The first 7 to 8 hours of the game are a masterpiece. You get to play with Naue, learn about the setting of the game, you get a good introductions into some of the main characters as well as a glimpse of what is actually happening in feudal Japan, and what is most important, you get to witness the events that will inspire Naue to become an assassin. The game does manage to pull you in as you slowly start to uncover the major plot and some pieces of Naue's backstory that will eventually tie into the larger narrative. On the other hand, Yasuke's story to me seems completely butchered. While you get somewhat of an understanding of how he gets to Japan, his ascension to samurai is completely rushed. Major characters tied to him and his backstory get left behind, his motivation seems to shift from mission to mission, and we never actually find out where he came from originally. The only glimpses of his backstory are tied to minor side objectives that you can easily miss. What bothered me the most is that he's by no means an assassin. He can't climb, he runs slower than Naue, and his stealth capabilities are non-existent. While he is a tank in terms of hand-to-hand combat and can steamroll hordes of enemies given you have the proper gear, the fact that I'm forced to play an Assassin's Creed game with a protagonist that is in no way an assassin is infuriating to me as a fan of the franchise, and I fear that it will be to everyone who is attached to it as a whole. Another thing that I couldn't wrap my head around is that with just a little bit of work and attention to his character, he could have been a slam dunk as a protagonist. While the team established some foundations in regard to his motivation, they absolutely failed to deliver in terms of character establishment. All of that being said, the ending that he brings to the game is one of the most satisfying that I have ever experienced in any game. It is hard to properly explain my frustration with the injustice that has been done to him without going into major spoilers, but the team has severely underdelivered when it comes to his character. With all of that in mind, if you just want to play and finish the game without putting in too much effort and have a nice and relaxing time while playing it, he is the character to do that with. Given the proper items, he is broken beyond reason. Whether it is following the main story, doing the various side objectives, or invading castles, nothing will get close to a challenge when playing with him. On that trail, the gear itself feels boring and lackluster as well. There is no weapon of legend that you need to grind for all over the map, and once obtained, allows you to one-shot enemies regardless of their size and strength. Instead, the game is flooded with legendaries that at best have mediocre perks which don't even work together for the most time. There are exceptions of course, but even then, some of those items that are good actually are tied behind microtransactions. In all fairness to Ubisoft, those items do appear in the Animus Exchange store on a weekly random rotation, so technically you can buy them without spending real-life money. But even then, it all boils down to one overpowered build for Yasuke and one overpowered build for Naue. The acquisition method for those items is also something that needed more work. Essentially, it all comes down to kill a few samurai, open a chest, run through a cave, open a chest. There is no real sense of accomplishment once you actually get an item that is good. I personally feel like the team overcompensated for the lack of quality of the gear by flooding the game with an abundance of legendary items that are actually not that good at the end of the day. The various different side stories of the game, while interesting in the beginning, rapidly fall off in quality as you go through them. Again, like with gear, there is no real quality, no sense of accomplishment once you finish them, and no deeper meaning to them. They all feel disconnected from each other and from the main story as well. To me, it all felt like a senseless grind to get some shiny item. The majority of the side content doesn't contribute to the main story or to character development, as a matter of fact. That being said, there are two side stories that were actually good in my opinion and that did make me want to see more of them, but the rest was simply boring. With all of that said, Assassin's Creed Shadows is far from a bad game. The design of the world is amazing, the stealth, at least when it comes to Naue, may very well be the best it's ever been. The season change feature is actually something that contributes to the experience as it can change the way you approach a mission. When the season does change, it really feels like it's a new world that you are stepping in. The scout feature adds to the fantasy of hunting your targets by gathering intelligence about them and in some cases waiting for them a whole season to finally accomplish your task. To sum up everything, if you view this as a standalone game, it's gonna be a good game for you. If you, however, view this as a part of the franchise, in my opinion, it doesn't deliver, especially considering the delays that it's had. It is simply not the game to finally turn the series around and to return it to the glory it once held. So, all of that being said, save your money until the game goes on sale, or if you really have to play it right now, get it from the Ubisoft Plus subscription, since you will finish it in 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll probably never play it again, at least until it gets better. That's it for this one, guys. If you liked the video, if you want to see more content like this, and if you want to help grow the channel, like, share and subscribe.